Today we are in the Waldo neighborhood of Kansas City, which you know I had to steal from Kyle because it is one of my absolute favorites.
That's right, today we're doing a full vlog of the Waldo neighborhood and what it's like to live in the Waldo neighborhood here in Kansas City, and we're getting after it right now.
Right now, Kyle and I are at the northernmost point of Waldo, right on Warnell, which is the main artery that runs through the heart of Waldo. This area is probably one of the most popular though, considering some of the shops you'll see behind us.
These shops back here, I mean, these were all constructed like over 100 years ago. So if you look at some of the historic photos of this part of Kansas City, these look almost identical to what they did 100 years ago, which is really cool. This is still a very historic part of Kansas City. In fact, it's really the last neighborhood that feels like you're in the city almost, but you still get that suburban feel because there are a lot of neighborhoods and communities around here. But again, Warnell goes all the way down, and then you can see all these shops across the street. So this is really the first of the shopping area that extends all the way down Warnell.
Which in Waldo, you have like 600 plus businesses, and 60% of them are still owned by families in the area. So there's a family feel in Waldo that's really unique, and I fell in love with it when we moved to Kansas City.
Yeah, it is a really cool, unique place to live in the city.
It's walkable. Right now we are on the trolley trail, which I would say is probably one of the most prominent locations of the trolley trail that you'll see people on. And they have like 5Ks and fun runs, nonprofit runs. Like the trolley trail is used heavily in this area.
And we've talked about the trolley trail a lot in our other videos because we live in Brookside, which is like Waldo's big brother. So just on the other side of Gregory here is going to be the start of the Brookside. That's going to be the southernmost boundary of Brookside. But you're going to find a lot more affordability here in Waldo. Also, you're going to find the location of the only Quick Trip in this area.
This is crucial information.
If you live in Kansas City, you have to know about Quick Trip. It is the best gas station.
It's why we moved back from Colorado.
I'm moving on.
Every time we came here from Denver when we were visiting before we moved back, we would always make it a point to stop at Quick Trip. And this is our Quick Trip right here. What's up, everybody? I'm Kyle. This is Molly. We are licensed real estate agents here in Kansas City. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about what it's like to eat, sleep, live, and play here, then hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell to make sure you're notified every time we release a new video. We honestly get so many calls, texts, emails every single day from people who are relocating here, and we absolutely love it. Well, I really love it. Molly's not much of a phone person, so
No.
Call me, text her. All right, so we're at one of the other shopping districts here in Waldo. This is located right at Gregory and Grand. So it's gonna be on the northeast side of Waldo, and we're right here at McLean's Bakery. Molly's got her cinnamon roll that we're munching down here. And this is one of the main reasons we love living and being in Waldo. It's just because of the people. Here, the people, the community are just so gracious and kind. Maddie and Molly, who we just met in the McLean's Bakery, just like complimented Molly's outfit, and it was awesome.
It really was, which I mean, in Waldo, this is one of the communities that like, I can get away with dressing like this without questions asked. And that's why after we moved here, I fell in love with it. Like Kyle said, there's a friendliness in this community that comes because I think so much is within such close proximity. You have businesses that, I mean, across the board, you can have pretty much, or find pretty much anything you want within Waldo.
Yeah, so I mean, speaking of businesses, this is just one of the areas that have, these cool restaurants and shops. Up on Warnell though, which is that main artery of Waldo, you're gonna have, all of the iconic shops. Waldo Pizza, Molly's Gym is up there.
My favorite gym, the best gym in Kansas City, City Gym. But yeah, right across the street from the Aldi, the Chipotle, the Walgreens. That little intersection is a main intersection of Waldo, especially when it comes to nightlife. You have the Well over there, which my buddy Andy owns, and it has one of the only second floor open air patios in Kansas City. And because of its location, right on the edge of the suburbs and city, it's a great meeting location for people, city goers and suburbanites, to come and enjoy. And a lot of times people, when they come home from college, they meet up in Waldo.
Right behind us, I mean, there are a bunch of historic single family home, but it's just a really cool place to be if you want to have that sense of community. You don't want to drive the car all the time, and you want to be able to just go out for a stroll and go grab coffee or go grab a drink at happy hour without having to worry about driving.
But in addition to that, there are like wellness communities, there's yoga centers and breath work places. The thrifting in Waldo, like nothing touches thrifting in Waldo. The libraries here.
Yeah, our favorite day is to go thrifting in Waldo. Red Racks and City Thrift are the two main shops that we go to. And again, they're right there on Warnell. Really where we're at right now, Gregory, all the way to 85th, that whole stretch of Warnell is just local businesses and shops. And you can really find an eclectic experience there if you just want to go spend the day or the afternoon. Now would be a pretty good time to pull up the map and show you exactly what we're referring to, so you have a little bit of context when we're walking through the rest of this video. So this is gonna be Waldo here. 75th and Warnell is really the heart of Waldo, and this is where you're gonna find a lot of your shopping. Aldi, which is one of the best grocery stores because it's super affordable. They didn't have that in Denver when I lived there, and it's a big deal. So check them out. And then you're going to have Waldo Pizza over here. Joe Vito's Italian Cafe and Deli. They have amazing grinders. You're going to have a ton of shopping, restaurants, coffee shop. Crow's Coffee is over on this side. And then City Gym, what Molly referenced, it's the gym that we go to. And so you're going to have a lot of walkability here. And then as you can see, kind of branching out, this is all single family homes. You're going to have shotgun bungalows. You're going to have Tudors, Craftsman, all those right within this walking area. And then as you go down Warnell to the south, you're going to have your thrift stores that we were talking about. And you're going to get down here to 85th, which is going to be another shopping district. So you have Price Chopper here. It's a newer grocery store, or, it's been there for a while, but they just remodeled it. And then Tasso's Greek restaurant, where they have live belly dancers. You definitely got to check that out. Second Best Coffee, also a great coffee shop. And then if you go over to the west here, right here on the most southern western boundary of Waldo, this is where you're going to find Target, Trader Joe's, Ward Parkway Center. It's kind of like this small little mall shopping area, but you got like TJ Maxx and some more restaurants and stuff down here, and Ward Parkway Lanes, which is a great little, if you want to like step back into the 90s, go to Ward Parkway Lanes and go bowling. It's a great little spot to go bowling. And then back up here to the north, so Gregory, this is where we shot a lot of the video. This is where you have Betty Ray's ice cream and that other shopping district, Quick Trip right here, and then McLean's Bakery. So you're also going to have some boutique shops, some more bars and coffee shops down here. And then your neighborhood school for Waldo is Hale Cook, and we talk about it a little bit in the video, so I did want to just kind of pull it up. It's right here at 73rd in Pennsylvania. And so that is your public school for Waldo. And really, if you live in this part of Kansas City, that is going to be your public school. It's actually a really good school. One of my boys goes there, and we absolutely love it. We just did a PTA event last week, and it was popping off. I mean, we did like a trivia night, lots of food, barbecue. It was a great time, lots of fun, laughs, and memories created there. And so this is really going to be it. And then it kind of branches down here. So Waldo actually goes technically down here to like 89th Street. So you're going to have 89th Street, and then Troost is going to be your eastern boundary. State Line is going to be your western boundary. Gregory, 89th Street. That's going to be Waldo in a nutshell. So this is actually exactly what we do when you reach out to us. Again, Molly and I are both licensed real estate agents here in Kansas City, but you got to shoot us a call, text, email, get that set up with us, because we pull up the map, go into detail all these different areas, what the schools look like, what the shopping, the restaurants, the, social looks like, the social settings look like, and how close in proximity you are to everything else. So shoot us, call, text, email, day or night. We got your back with moving to KC. Let's jump back into the video. And then also, I have to mention this trading card shop. It's called PTKC Collectibles. It's right off Warnell and 73rd. It's owned by my guys, Scott and Dion, and they do all sorts of trading cards, Funko Pops, Pokemon cards. My boys just got into Pokemon, so you can find us there every month. They do a trading day, and so a bunch of kids and adults come and trade different collectibles, Pokemon cards, basketball cards, Funko Pops, and it's just really cool. Supporting local business and being able to have that right in your community is just second to none.
A lot of the times, some of these shops around here actually will benefit some of the neighboring elementary schools. It's a really family welcoming community. There are 4 elementary schools within pretty close proximity of the heart of Waldo. So it's bustling. It really is. You see all stages of life. It's just a really inviting Kansas City community.
And that's something we need to talk about and address as the schools, because you still are part of Kansas City Public School District. The neighboring city to the west of here is going to be Prairie Village, because the western boundary of Waldo is going to be state line. And so on the other side of state line, you have Prairie Village, and that's really known for, its public school system. They're part of Shawnee Mission Public Schools, and they have highly rated public schools there. However, the cost of living is going to be higher. The affordability is going to be less. So you're going to get less house for your money in Prairie Village than you will here in Waldo. And that's just something that you have to consider, because our boys are in the public school system and they are thriving. I mean, we absolutely love the situations that they're in, but they're in 2 separate schools. And that's something we probably wouldn't have to deal with if we lived on the Kansas side. However, we were able to get more house in a location that we really wanted to be in because we live on the Missouri side. And that's something that you have to consider with your budget is, sometimes private school is the best option. But, when you consider that you get more house here in Missouri and you might have to pay for private school, it ends up being about a wash if you were to live on the Kansas side and send your kids to public schools.
The thing about the Kansas City Public Schools is that it's going to take some of these young families that are moving into this area to put their kids in public schools, to invest the time and the energy to turn things around on the Missouri side. And something of note is that we had free Montessori preschool offered to us too, being on the Missouri side. So that's not something I think you'll see on the Kansas side either.
Yeah, so there are pros and cons of living on both sides. The great thing is we're licensed in Kansas and Missouri. So whether Missouri or Kansas is your option, we'd love to get on a Zoom call with you, open up the map, and really find out which location and which part of Kansas City makes the most sense for you and your family. So we are here in Waldo neighborhood. We're really on the southwest corner of the Waldo neighborhood. We're right up against state line. So actually in this neighborhood, there are going to be some duplexes right behind us here. So you can see there are a few duplexes on this side of the street, and then you got single family homes on this side of the street. One thing about Waldo is it's definitely more affordable than the Brooksides and other areas in the Country Club Plaza. So you're still gonna be part of that Country Club district. You're still gonna get a lot of historic homes. You still get that city feel, close proximity to everything, but a much lower price point. The median sales price here in Waldo just last year was $260,000, and there were many homes that sold in that $100,000 to $200,000 range. For that price point, you're usually gonna get, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, maybe a 3 bedroom, 1 bath, bungalow, craftsman, something along those lines.
For an example of a house that you can grab in the Waldo area, take this one behind me, for instance. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, about 1,750 square foot home that's an active listing right now for $360,000. All right, KT, tell me a little bit about where we are right now in Waldo.
Well, specifically where we are right now is at 73rd and Ward Parkway, and we're driving through the neighborhoods here. And so Waldo is actually, again, it's part of the Country Club district, And a lot of these homes were built in the early to mid 1900s. So the Country Club District was really developed between 1906 and 1950. And the homes that you see in these neighborhoods are really just one of a kind. I mean, you have historic homes that were built, 100 years ago, and they just don't make them like this anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we moved here.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, I mean, we love historic homes, and we're actually coming up on one of the elementary schools. So, again, we're in a neighborhood right now, off Warnell, in between Warnell and Ward Parkway. And then, this is the neighborhood school. It's Hale Cook, and it is a great school. They're great administrators and great teachers that work there, and the kids absolutely love going to school here. So we hope you really enjoyed this tour of the Waldo neighborhood. If you're looking at buying or selling a home or relocating to Kansas City anytime in the not so distant future, and Waldo or any of the surrounding neighborhoods is on your list of areas that you want to see, then give us a call, shoot us a text or an email, day or night. We got your back with moving to KC.
Jesus Christ.
We got your back with moving to Kansas City. You want to say until next time?
Until next time.